guys, so we're going to be taking a look at how N will perform in battle. I do have my N at 6 stars, as I did show in my summoning video. I got super lucky. So with his Bull Strike, it is going to be at 207 base power. And then he's going to be at 126 base power for Outrage. He has X attack, and I do have, this is what I have on his grid right here. So we got the typical stat increases. We got Bolt Strike power-ups, we got Bolt Strike accuracy, and then we got the Sync Move power-up as well, because he does have some stuff on his kit where his Sync Move will get stronger if they're paralyzed and stuff like that. And then we got Bolt Strike Move Gauge Refresh, and then we got Bolt Strike Hostile Environment 1, which is okay, I guess. And then we got X Attack MP Refresh, so like just like a generic grid I have built for him. I might change it up in the future, but right now that's what I have on him. And then with him being 6 out of 6 or 3 out of 5, 20 out of 20, 6-star, he is at 421 physical attack, which is nice. And then his speed is a little bit higher now, but like it's still very low. And then for his type skill or his lucky skill, I have it at critical strike 2. And then for the theme skills, I have the type skill fully leveled up, and then I have the Unova skill fully leveled up as well. And then this is the team that we're going to be rocking with first. We might actually take out Elisa. We are going to be missing out on the Unova link. But it's only like a +8 on the special attack, so I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue or that much of a problem. So we're just going to take out the filter. Actually, no, we'll do this team first, and then we'll rock with a different team. So with this event, this is going to be on N's event, by the way, in case you didn't know. We're going to be on his event, and I might do the story tomorrow, or if you guys, yeah, I might do the story tomorrow, because I'm not going to have enough time today to do the story myself as well, just because I'm short on time today, but right now, this is going to be the team that we're rocking with, and let me just say, just by testing him already, before recording, because I just got a little bit impatient. I was like, okay, let me see what he could do. Like, he's very good. And he does hit really hard as well, especially with Vulcaner on the team as well, with Electric Terrain. Oh man, this is such a nasty combo. And of course we got Flinch. Like, of course we had to get Flinch. But let's actually use Breathtaking. Just so we could actually get our Sync Move off, because since we are 6 stars, we're gonna get that AoE effect coming in with the Sync Move, so that's gonna be great. So we're gonna use our Training Move, get our passive buffed up, because then with us being super effective on the side Pokemon, that's gonna do a lot of damage. Now the only thing is, he doesn't have crit right here, so it's gonna be holding him back just a little bit. But we're still going to be able to see what damage he can do on his AoE over here. Oh yeah, that's actually really good. And then boom, 5,800 without super effective. This guy is really good. He is definitely very good. Damn, okay. Like, I know I already saw him, but I didn't see him with the Sync Move effect. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that AoE is definitely going to be very good. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take out Elisa, and we're going to bring in someone else. So we're going to clear all of that. And we're going to bring in Alakazam, just so we could... No, not you. What am I doing? So we're going to bring in Alakazam, just so at least we can get some crits on Zekrom. And we're going to change to the tactics, like I always forget to do that. I always forget to change the tactics on the new team, but yeah. So this is going to be the new team that we're going to be running with, because at least we could have a critical hit with Zekrom, so then our Sync Move will be doing much more damage, especially when we're super effective as well, because he does get the super effective boost, so that's going to help much more. So we're just going to we're literally just going to spam whatever we can so we can get our Sync Move a lot faster. Now, like, I'm not really too worried, just because we don't, I did that on accident, that's okay. So then what we'll do is actually use a Bolt Strike on Crobat and see how much Bolt Strike will actually do. So how much is Bolt Strike going to do right here? 11,000 damage, like, what? That's crazy, and that's super effective with a crit. Wow, okay, yeah, that's very good. Alright, so now let's see a Sync Move. Because now that we have crits buffed and everything, let's see how much he's going to do with his sync move over here. With the crit. Hopefully we get a crit though. Okay, so it didn't look like we got a crit there, but 11,000 damage on Bolt Strike. That's, wow, okay. That's crazy. And then he's basically like consistently hitting 6,000 damage on Bolt Strike without crits. Like, this guy is so good. This guy is actually really, really good. So let's actually go back into it again, and hopefully let's see crits come into play. We saw the one crit come into play with against Crobat, but besides that, like, we got no crits, which was super unlucky, but that's okay. Hopefully we can get a crit here, but this time let's actually try and go for our sync move. So we're going to use one Bull Strike, and the first move that you actually use in battle is going to cost you no move gauge. So, as you guys saw over there, our first Bull Strike didn't cost anything, which was super, super good. Alright, so now let's just heal up Alakazam just so at least we can have our, get our sync move. Alright, perfect, there we go. Oh no, I forgot to use our trainer move. Yeah, so it's not going to boost our super effective attack damage. But hopefully it crits against Como, so at least we can see how much damage it's going to do against him with the crit. Alright, so 4,000 with the crit on Como, so that's not bad. That's not bad. So let's go into this again, but let's see how much damage he's going to do, hopefully with the crit, with the sync move on the super effective types. Because, like, when you use his trainer move, you want to use his trainer move, like, literally right before you sync move, because that's where you're going to get the most damage out of it. But of course, if you don't want to, Bolt Strike without, Bolt Strike is 207 base power, his sync move is 275, so it does make sense if you want to use, the sync move, like the trainer move and then the sync move, because that's where you're going to really maximize your damage when you're going up against super effective, like when you're super effective against the enemy. That's probably going to be the most optimal way to go about it. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, of course, but that's just the best way to go about it. So let's go with ideal ways, and then let's drop our sync move on them. And hopefully this crits, because against the two side Pokemon, this is going to do a lot of damage. Come on. Show us the crits, boy. Come on. Okay, 16,000 damage on a Crobat. Super effective. AoE sync move. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. So literally in this event, when you're going in this event and you have Zekrom, you can literally just target Como, and then when you get your sync move, like, and you have him 6 stars, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, just target Como, and then with your sync move, with it being AoE, if you have him at 6 stars, yeah, that that is insane. 16,000 damage on an AoE sync move, super effective crit. That's insane. That is so good. Now we do have electric terrain active as well, but like when it comes to like Zekrom, Luxray is going to be the best buddy for Zekrom, just because you're going to be powering up Bolt Strike, and you're going to be powering up the sync move as well, and it's going to be so good. And the super effective thing on his trainer skill, that's not only with Bolt Strike, you can even do that with Outrage as well. So like if you're going up against like a dragon type, then of course you can do that. So like we're going up against Como right here, so of course, like if we want to use the super effective move on Como, we can, no problem. So like we could go with Outrage over here, or the trainer move, and then we'll go in with Outrage, and then we'll just use electric terrain, and we did knock him out. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Zekrom is so much fun to use. So now we're going to use our sync move, AoE. Now we didn't activate the training move over here, but that's okay. And then boom, there we go, 5,000, 9,000 damage there. So without the super effective, we did get a crit. So without the super effective boost bonus from the training move, with the crit we did 9,000 damage. So that's still very good, of course, considering it's an AoE. Like, that is so good. That is so good. So let's go into this again. Let's just use Bolt Strike only. We're not going to use our sync move, but we're just going to be using Bolt Strike. Because of course, like, you're not always going to be using your sync move, of course. So I think it's time to show off what Bolt Strike can actually do. Okay, so let's just use our trainer move first. Just because we're going to go with Outrage. So we can see how much damage Outrage is going to do. I'll come O again. So with the super effective bonus on the training move, Outrage is going to do 1000 damage. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright, so now let's just go for Bolt Strike on Crobat. 7,000 damage casually. Nice. Very nice. Just casually, 7,000 damage. So let's just heal up Alakazam, actually, just so we don't have to worry about him dying on us. Alright, perfect. And then 5,000 damage there. And let's go with the Electric Train, even though it's not going to matter because we're going to go with Outrage. So, training move. Hopefully we get a crit on Outrage, because I'd like to see how much Outrage is actually going to do with the crit. Because I know the last time, I wasn't paying attention to the actual damage. 5,000 damage. Yeah, that training move definitely increases your super effective hit multiplier. That's for sure. That is a lot. That definitely is a lot. Zekrom and N are so much fun to use. They are so good too. With their AoE and with the super effective move, it's just insane what they could do. Now, the only drawback with their training move, of course, is that they are lowering their physical defense. Because we can look over here. It says, sharply raises the user's speed, raises the user's accuracy. Which is good, because, of course, Bolt Strike does have a low accuracy. And then lowers the user's defense, which does suck. But it's only by one stage. So it's not like a big problem as well, especially if you have a Pokemon on your team that increases your defense. You don't have to worry about that, because like even if you do get the +6, like if you have Swanna on the team, if you get an MP refresh on her training move, then you'll be at +6 defense, which isn't the problem. So like if you use your training move twice, you're only going to be at +4 after the 2 minuses. So it's not much of an issue anyways. So like it's a minor drawback. It's nothing like that's going to make or break Zekrom. And then if the user does not have a sync move buff, also powers up this user's next super effective move. So that's great. So like what you want to do with this guy is you want to use Bolt Strike first, or any super effective like basic move. So like if you want to use Bolt Strike or Outrage, you want to use the training move first with one of those two moves. And then for the final training move, then you could use your sync move, because it's like you're only going to get that super effective buff when you do not have a sync move buff. So it's better to just use a regular move first and then go into a sync move. So that's where you're going to really optimize everything. But overall, honestly, Zekrom is such a good Pokemon. He's not better than Charizard, of course, but honestly, I think it's time someone becomes better than Red and Charizard, because it's going to come to a point where every time a new sync pair comes out, and they're not better than Red and Charizard, because I know Dina made Red and Charizard like the best for a reason, because they're like the legendary, and we get that, but at the same time, like when a new sync pair comes out and they're not better than Red and Charizard, it's not really going to incentivize us to summon all the time, just because if you have Red and Charizard at 3 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, you don't really need to summon, because they're the best in the game. So that's the thing, like it's gonna come to the point where someone is gonna have to outbeat Red and Charizard. But honestly, even though N and Zekrom are not better than Red and Charizard, I would have to say they're probably more fun right now. I'm gonna have to use them a little bit more to know if I actually really like them a lot more than Red and Charizard. But as of right now, I do like them much more. They're a lot more fun. I love Zekrom, I love N, so having them both together is just awesome. But that's going to be it for the video. As you guys can see in this video, Zekrom is very good. Bolt Strike, when he's not super effective, is still hitting like over 3,000 damage without a crit. And then with the crit, he's doing like almost 10,000 damage. And then with the buff from his training move, he's doing like 16,000 damage on Bolt Strike. And then with the AoE, like, it's so good. He is so good. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think of N and Zekrom. Do you think they're underwhelming? Do you think they're just balanced? Do you think that they are OP? Let me know what you guys think. But that's gonna be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.